After what feels like an eternity, we finally have some news surrounding the much anticipated adult Aang movie. Set for release in January 2026, being just over 14 months away, it's about time we finally started to get some official updates. From what I've seen online, fans are a little divided and worried about what this update could mean. We are going to be going over everything here shortly, but first, for any new viewers or those who just want a refresher, let's do a quick recap of what we already know for the movie. After all, it's been about 6 months since the last major update, but don't worry, I'll keep it short. This piece of concept art that I'm showing you right now is the only official artwork we've seen tied to this movie. This was leaked all the way back in 2013 at CinemaCon. It has been almost 2 years without an updated visual. Now, it is worth mentioning we don't know if this art still reflects what the final look of the movie is gonna be like. The art style and clothing designs could have easily changed by now, but we're gonna be working under the assumption that this is still indicative of the movie's visual direction. Aang will be 24 years old in this movie, and he'll be voiced by none other than Eric Nam.
It's like little munchkin doggies that just be like, hey, I can't, hold on, I need to mentally prepare myself.
Toph, of course, is the same age as Aang, coming in at 24 as well. She will be voiced by Dion Kwan.
And it was really amazing. I experienced in the 21 days, not having even worked with him in person,
Katara is 26 and will be brought to life by Jessica Matten.
My name is Jessica Matten, and the character I play is Sokonan.
Who, by the way, has been teasing every single day on her social media that she's recording dialogue for the movie. Like, yes, please give us nothing. I am here for it. Sokka, our boy, is 27 and will be voiced by Roman Zaragoza.
This is about this couple that inherit this house in upstate New York in the Hudson Valley, and unbeknownst to them, there are a bunch of ghosts.
And then there's Zuko. Now, it's heavily rumored, and I mean heavily rumored, that Dante Basco will return to voice Firelord Zuko. However, there has been no official confirmation from Paramount. Dante is still super closely tied to the Avatar universe. He even hosts the official podcast. He's expressed interest multiple times in reprising his role as Zuko, but for now, nothing has been officially confirmed. But I mean, we're all expecting him to be Zuko in this movie. Like, come on, that man is Zuko. That voice, no one can ever be Zuko. Now for the villain, we don't know pretty much anything about him besides that he's of course a villain and that he's voiced by Dave Bautista. And judging by Dave Bautista's past roles, we're probably in for something big here. Alright, that wraps up our recap. See, I told you guys it'd be quick. But now, let's jump into the new updates, which are, depending how you look at it, very interesting. Paramount has officially filed a copyright for the 2026 Avatar movie. And with that, we now have a confirmed title, which is, drumroll please, Lost Realm. Yes, you heard that correctly. Not Avatar Lost Realm, not Aang the Last Airbender, not Avatar Lost Realm, not The Legend of Aang Avatar The Last Airbender Lost Realm, just Lost Realm. That title alone opens up so many possibilities, and we're going to be getting into that later, but for now, let's go over the other news. The movie is expected to be fully complete by November 2025, and thankfully, it looks like there's no delays in sight, because they are still on track to release January 2026. I was a bit concerned that they were going to delay the movie because of the Blue People Avatar sequel. They're set to release at the end of 2025, December 2025, which is only a month away from our release, and I didn't want any marketing confusion because that movie's gonna make $1 bajillion and who knows about the Aang movie. Of course, old fans of the series aren't gonna be confused by which movie to see, but the casual moviegoers who are just interested in this movie, they would have been confused if they both had Avatar in the name. But it seems like Paramount is taking the smart approach by removing Avatar from the title to avoid confusion, which is honestly a good move. The description of the movie is vague and we already know most of it, but there is a very surprising name that could reveal a lot about the movie. Years following the events of the beloved original series Avatar, a new evil threatens the future of all four nations. Avatar Aang must rally his friends to defeat the new villain, the likes of which they've never seen before. Directed by Lauren Montgomery, co-directed by William Mata, and starring Dave Bautista, Dion Kwan, Eric Nam, Roman Zaragoza, and Steven Yeun. Steven Yeun, the voice of Avatar 1, is here in the copyright listing. His involvement alone opens up some really intriguing possibilities for the plot of the movie. That is, if he is truly reprising his role as Avatar 1, but there is a few different things that could be happening here. One, for whatever reason, Dante Bosco is not returning as Zuko, and Steven Yeun has been cast to voice him instead. Now, since this movie, without a doubt, is going to be a lot of nostalgia bait, I think this is the least likely option, but it's still worth considering. 2, Steven Yeun is voicing a completely new and original character. This is possible, but given his past connection to Avatar, I think there's a little more to this. I know, people have voiced multiple characters in the past, but come on, I don't see it happening. If you're gonna have Steven Yeun in the Avatar universe, Steven Yeun, the voice of Invincible, an award-winning actor, it has to be an Avatar, right? It's not gonna be just some random guy. I'm sorry, Steven Yeun is not going to be voicing the bad guy's sidekick or some random villager. No, he's gonna be Avatar 1 in this movie. So yeah, that brings me to the most likely scenario, number 3, Avatar 1 will make an appearance in the film. Here's why I think this is the most likely scenario. The movie title, of course, is Lost Realm. Instantly, I know what you're thinking. A million ideas sparked in your head of some hidden country or maybe another dimension of some kind. A lot of people are speculating that Team Avatar might go and discover a secret island or an entire new continent of benders we've never before seen. Now, this could be it. I'm not going to entirely write that off, but considering their disappearance in The Legend of Korra, I just think it's unlikely. A whole new continent is just really messy to write in. You'd have to find a way to keep them a secret again by the end of the movie. Then it's basically the Sun Warriors all over it again. It's just not worth it. We're treading old ground here. Nah, I wouldn't do it. I believe Lost Realm is referring to someone from Avatar 1's time. In the Rift, we learn that spirits never truly die unless they choose to live in the physical world, giving up their immortality and taking on a physical form. When spirits are defeated, like when Aang blew a hole in General Old Iron's chest, they eventually just reform and go back to the way they were. With that being said, here is my early prediction. Dave Bautista's character is some ancient rogue spirit from Wan's time. Maybe they do what Spider-Verse did and keep him in Wan's art style, where he looks like he's from this different realm. Obviously, he's an Avatar villain, so he has to be incredibly powerful, to the point where Team Avatar can't defeat him through normal combat. So, what does Aang do? He digs deep into his connections of his past lives, and ultimately ends up meeting Avatar 1. Maybe we'll get some flashbacks to Wan's time, learning more about his history with the spirit. This could be why Steven Yeun is starring in the movie. If Wan was just showing up for a 2-second cameo, he wouldn't be listed as a star. I don't think you can even legally do that, even if they wanted to. One of the most beloved parts of The Legend of Korra were those 2 episodes that introduced Avatar 1, so them finding a way to add him into this movie isn't really a bad idea at all. Seeing the new up-to-date visuals of Avatar on the big screen clashing with the old-timey ancient art style of Wan's time, it could make for some interesting visuals, so I'm all here for it. Since we are just about a year from this movie's completion, I am expecting a teaser at CinemaCon in April of 2025. If you're watching this video in the future, let me know how wrong or right I ended up being. Obviously, this is all based off of a title and a voice actor reprising their role, so could be completely wrong, who knows. Anyways guys, to stay up to date on all things Avatar, hit that subscribe button. A lot of videos coming out soon, you know, that December ad revenue, and I will see you guys later.